Hello and welcome back to Wendy's Way. Today we're continuing our journey in fiber and I am going to show you, yes, if I could talk, I'm going to show you a finished product that I made. I'm going to wait to release it until a few days after I record it because I'm still going to give it as a belated Christmas present. I have been on a kick lately, and it all started with this. It's the very first time, I'm going to step back and see if I can show it to you well. It's the very first time in my knowledge, in my memory, that I have crocheted a shawl. I know they're very popular. I know people make them all the time. I have not. But I went and dug in my tub of ice yarns and I saw a beautiful pattern online, and so I went and found the perfect yarn for it, I thought. I didn't end up crocheting that pattern. Couldn't quite figure it out, but I just winged it, made what I wanted out of it. So, if I can get back here and show you, this is the shawl that I made with my ice yarns, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I'll be putting pictures online, obviously, of the yarn, of the shawl itself, and I'll give you some description here in just a bit of the stitches that I used and how I put it all together. Obviously, it can be worn as a typical shawl. Now, the young lady that I'm gifting this to probably wears a size large, maybe a medium, and me, I'm a 3X. So, you know it's gonna look better on her than it does on me. But I think, you know, there are so many ways to wear a beautiful shawl. And this yarn just spoke to me. There we are. Isn't that just gorgeous? Okay. The yarn is called, oh wait, I'm gonna have to look again. I'm so lame. The yarn is called Mirage Color. It is found on Ice Yarns, and I will put the link below. It comes in packages of 4 balls. Each ball contains 328 yards of yarn. I used all 4 balls to make this shawl, and I tell you, on the last round, I was playing chicken. And I won. I came out with about, I don't even remember, between 11 and 13 inches of yarn, period. I don't even think I kept one of the cover papers, but I know I have photographs of it that I'll share with this video. But I want to show you this. And then I'll lay it down and I'll do some up close to be able to show you the stitches that I used. But yes, I'm on a shawl kick. I made this one that I'm going to give to a beautiful young lady. I can say it now because I'm not releasing it until after I give it to Rebecca. I think because it's dark purple, it has blues and a little khaki in it, that it ought to work really well for her. But okay, now I've shown you wearing it. Let's get into showing you the up close and personal. Okay, let's scope this bad boy out. I was telling you about Mirage Color, which is the yarn that I used to crochet this shawl. My camera does funky things with color. I had to turn the top light off or it looked lavender. Anyhow, It's purple, it's blue, it's khaki, and it looks better in the far off when I was putting it on than it does here. Basically, being the first shawl I've ever made, it started with a small circle. I just made a loop, 4 chains, slip stitch into a loop, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And then every time you come to this side, in the last chain, you put 3 stitches. You get back over here, you put 3 stitches. Every time you come to the point, because you're crocheting back and forth, back and forth. Every time you come to the point, you chain 2, and you add a couple of stitches inside the chain 2 loop. My stitch pattern, in between here, you'll see these. Oops. This, I've heard it called several things. Basically, it is just alternating single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, alternating. That's all it is. It looks beautiful. Then you do a triple crochet, I think, and make a front loop. Now if I can find it. When you make a front post, I'm sorry. When you make a front post, it makes this ridge bump out the back. So, treble crochet, front post from the other side, makes this bump out the back. So you have to look and see which way you're going to make sure you get all your ridges on the same side. Not that you couldn't wear it the other way around, because it's just as pretty. It just doesn't have the ridges. So you could wear it either way. So I alternated my ridge rows, my single double, and then I got down here and I did something that I've carried on to the next shawl I'm making, in that I did a row of triple crochet, and then in the following row I alternated front post, back post, front post, back post, and I think it gives it a really cool look. It's rather lacy, it's textured, you know, it gives it depth. And then I just did another row of treble down here. One thing I did that I haven't seen on the shawl patterns that I've printed, purchased, or gotten free is, while they may put an edging on the bottom or a border on the bottom of the shawl pattern, they almost always leave the top just straight with the ends, you know, as they were when you were crocheting. I didn't like that much. I wanted it firmer and more solid, so I just simply crocheted a border row of half double crochet stitches. That's all. The colors are so similar that, you know, it doesn't look like a separate colored border. I just continued on with the same yarn. So yeah, my border went all the way around with just a simple row of half double crochet. All right. I'm not sure if I told you the total. Probably. I used all 4 balls that came in one package. They were 328 yards per ball. So I used just over 1,300 yards of yarn. On the label, it says it's a size 3 DK, which is a lightweight yarn. They suggest using a 4mm hook. I knew that I wanted it loose and flowing, and that I crochet tightly. So I used a 5.5mm hook. And so then it took the 1,300 yards of size 3 yarn with a 5.5mm hook. So there you are. I will tuck in some photographs, and I want to thank you so much for joining me here at Wendy's Way. Our journeys in faith, food, fiber, and the new journey that I'm on in my life. It's full of passion. It's full of trial and error. And it's full of prayer. So may the good Lord, who blesses me each and every day of my life, bless you as well, today and always. Amen.